And now, the Purple Room.
What's up, brother? Welcome back to the Purple Room podcast. I'm David Bartholomew. I'm joined by
Patricia Cavuto.
That's right, brother.
All right, brother, let's get
Sketch.
started. Let's get started. Sketch will not be joining us today, but
Maybe soon.
maybe.
He's in Houston. That's only 4 hours.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe we can just drive out, knock at his door, and ask him, hey, you want to be a part of something real quick?
Nah, he has to come to LSU.
You're right.
Sketch at LSU would be crazy.
He'd have a good time. Well, anyway, this is the Purple Room presented by Clutch City Cluckers. David, let's start today's show talking about the weather that happened this week. Wednesday, class was remote, not canceled, but remote due to the weather that you just simply missed.
Now, everybody knows I'm an academic weapon. I go to class every day on time, 5 minutes early. I'm doing all my work. Every chance I get, I'm with the teacher. I'm working, I'm studying, I'm getting my brain juices flowing. So it came to a big shock when I woke up on Wednesday and it was sunny outside. Like the sun was shining. There was a rainbow in the sky. I woke up, open-toe sandals, walked outside, sipped on my coffee with my neighbor. I was like, where's the rain at? He was like, partner, it just rained like a couple hours ago. I was like...
Did you wake up at 1 in the afternoon?
I woke up at like 9, 10 a.m.
That's a lie.
The rain was nowhere to be found. I mean, I walked outside and I was like, dang, what happened?
An hour before, there were 80-mile-per-hour winds.
I was ready to go to class. I'm just saying, I was ready.
Water coming through my window so quickly that I'm just getting a towel and I'm like, please
Really?
stop. Yeah, it leaks every time it rains.
If you didn't tell me that it was like, if I didn't know it was asynchronous through the email, I would have walked to class. I'd have been the only one in class.
It was not that sunny.
Oh, it was sunny outside. It was bright. The sun was piercing through my blinds.
Maybe it was just...
I don't know. Look, everyone who got affected, I do feel bad. Like, I seen it hit some parts bad, but Baton Rouge was, or at least LSU campus, we're pretty good. We must have a dome over this place. I mean, we could have kept doing class.
I was on Zoom with my professor who lives in New Orleans, and she starts the meeting like, well, guys, we're in a tornado warning, so if anything happens to me, I guess we'll just see you on Friday. And I was like, okay. And she has the TV on. She's like, yeah, we're just gonna, if I lose electricity or something, we'll pick it up later. And I was like, well, what about, you and, you being okay? But It was fine. We got through class. Everything was all right.
I had a class online. I mean, it was really quick. By the time I went to brush my teeth, the class was already gone. And I'm just remembering, oh my God, I had a Nearpod to complete.
Mm-hmm. Did you brush your teeth for an hour?
It was like 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. 15 minutes. Started off with a little TikTok.
Oh.
Brushed my teeth. Ended it off with a little TikTok. Got out there, and I was the only one in the class with her. I was like, oh, awkward.
Was she like, David, or did she just leave?
I just left.
Okay. Well, with that being said, let's start today's show just like we always do with What's Going On, presented by Sonic.
What's going on, brother?
What's going on?
What's going on? We have a new sponsor. That's what's going on.
Sonic. I gotta try some Sonic. I love their drinks, and I had their fries a little bit ago, cause we got the spot in the Union now.
Yeah, you're right.
Underrated spot.
Yeah.
Underrated spot. Their drinks top tier.
Really, I've never had it. I've had their milkshake one time, but I don't think I've ever had their.
Go down there, get one of everything. Okay. You got the paw points for it.
We both have to spend a lot of paw points in 4 weeks. So we'll do like what they used to call it, a mukbang.
Yeah.
We should do that.
Mukbang next podcast.
Sonic mukbang.
Dang.
Okay. Well, with that being said, to start off with What's Going On, presented by Sonic, Energize won the student government race, and they want to create a new parking permit option to allow students to park in multiple different zones for a fee. David, as a student, is it worth paying the extra fee?
Now, if it's like a $20 extra dollars, you get some extra spots, okay. But if it's like another $180, another like $200, get out of here, man. People gonna keep parking on the grass. It really don't matter.
But do you think that the spots would fill up so quickly?
Well, yeah, the spots would fill up because, campus already has like not enough parking for everybody. But it would help alleviate those issues, especially heading into the fall season, football season, when everybody's on campus, your parents, your grandparents is on campus. A couple extra parking spots might, help a couple people, but I don't know.
That's what I think too, just because I think what you were saying, if it's $20, all right, fine. You can do this, you can handle this. But if it's $300 or if it bumps up to $280, $100 more dollars, That's not feasible.
Like, are they gonna charge an arm and a leg for it? It really won't be worth it.
That's gonna happen.
I'll tell you what's gonna happen with it. What's gonna happen is they're gonna get this new pass, and then the university's gonna say, all right, well, y'all can park in different zones now. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take one of the commuter lots. We're gonna put a new dorm hall on it and start accepting more people. So there's even less spots, and even more people trying to get spots because y'all can park anywhere now. So we don't need this commuter lot anymore.
Yeah, LSU can't be bringing in 30,000, 35,000 students all the time, man. We got too much students on campus. That's why there's no parking.
If anything, they should add more on-campus apartments where the sophomores, juniors.
Yeah, because I gotta live at the Legacy. So let me tell you, if we don't got parking, we move in someone's car.
And it's crazy because when I wanted on-campus apartment, they were like, "Good luck." You're just kidding.
If we don't got parking, we move in someone's car.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm all for walking. That's what I will admit. Like walking places. You know, then I'm in a car and I'm like, all right, make a left. And someone goes, it's a one-way, I can't. But when you're walking, there is no one-way.
Look, I like walking too, but it's too hot in Louisiana to walk in like August, September. You gotta start walking in like October, end of October, getting into November. It's like 102 degrees the first day you touch down. It's like, whew. But how far are you gonna be able to walk?
I walked to Alex Box Stadium in September with the cameras, and that was about a 40-minute walk. That was probably the worst walk I ever did. I was pretty sweaty, but
I didn't know we had David Goggins in here. I didn't know he was out here doing Iron Man walks.
Look, I had no choice. I had the integrity of journalism. You know, I had to film for a story, and I was like, well, I'm walking, and I walked over. It was 102 degrees outside.
She's walking.
I was walking. I mean, come on.
Jersey, that's the Jersey, man.
I was like, you know what? Let's go.
Hey.
We don't need to waste time.
Like the song says, more money, more problems. And
right, exactly.
Clearly, there's going to be more problems. All the FAFSA stuff coming out.
Yeah, you're right. That with financial aid, I know that there was a few problems with FAFSA and inputting everything, but now apparently they have a new system, so everything should be all right. But, you know, there were a few burglars who maybe they had to submit financial aid.
They got a lot of money, and now they got a lot of problems. Some burglars who took $30 million from...
in Los Angeles.
From a vault, not a bank, from a money vault.
Yeah, which apparently local businesses kept their money there. And I just have so many questions because they apparently had cut the camera cords, all the security systems. They knew what was going on. You know what I mean? Like they knew how to initiate this plan.
I'm thinking these dudes are either two types of people. They're either like super artistic, super meticulous with it, or they just lived out the fantasy of every like 10-year-old boy. Because every 10-year-old boy has imagined like sneaking into like a bank and like robbing a bank. But so they either actually did it, or these dudes like they planned it out for months and years, which they probably did that because. How are you cutting the cameras? How are you doing all that? But, you know, a little bit of the reason they had to do is probably to satisfy that inner kid.
Okay, two things. Adam, can you say that this is what you wanted to do when you were 10?
I don't think so. Okay. I don't remember wanting to do that when I was 10.
Okay.
You're 10, I'm telling you, one day you're like, dang.
Second thing, do you think that there's a little piece of this that they did absolutely no planning and just decided to say, hey, let's rob this place today?
Yeah.
No.
Well, no, not like let's rob it today, but there was a little impulse probably. I mean, to go in and take $30 million, that's planning, and it had to be an inside job. But I'm just like,
or is it just college students who needed some financial aid?
Maybe. But they probably planned it out. They're probably, like you said, engineer majors, artists.
Hey, allegedly it could have been a couple LSU boys might have went in there.
From Los Angeles?
LA to LA.
You're right. See, they didn't think anyone would find them that way.
I'm dropping hints for them.
Hey, be careful because they might come after you.
Oh, not me, guys.
But
I'm broke.
Or they could give you some hush money.
If I had $30 million, please give me some hush money. If I had $30 million, I wouldn't say a word then.
Gosh.
While we're talking about robberies, the NFL draft is coming up soon. Everybody, Caleb Williams this, Caleb Williams that, generational, best quarterback ever. He's a diva. We all know that. He doesn't want to go to Chicago. He wants this. He wants that. He's gonna demand a trade, but he's still gonna be the number one pick, and that means that the Washington Commanders could slide in, take our boy JD.
No.
Hey, all I'm saying is, I'll admit I'm one of those people that is somewhat skeptical of, like, will his game translate to the NFL? But as long as he can stay healthy and become a bit more consistent through the air, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, his abilities athletically, this could be highway robbery to get this guy at number 2 in the draft.
My problem with this whole thing is that apparently there were rumors that the meetings didn't go well, all this and all that. And then all of a sudden, Jayden Daniels on Twitter just said, I'm looking forward to my upcoming visits, glad to be home. And he kept it at that. And that was a very Jayden Daniels response, and I think that's what he should have said, because I don't know how much I can believe these rumors. My problem with Jayden Daniels going to Washington, which I think, actually, why don't tell us, David, give us the report card for the Washington Commanders.
So the NFL Players Association every year comes out with their own little report card for every single organization, and they give you a grade based on different types of aspects. And let's just go over the Commanders report card last year, because
let me hear it.
I'm not too sold. Treatment of families, F. That was 31st in the league. Food and cafeteria, B+. Nutritionists and dietitians, that's a B. That's pretty good. But locker room, that's an F-, last in the league. Training room, F-, last in the league. Training staff, F, 31st in the league. Weight room, C, the 25th in the league. Strength coaches, A. Team travel, F. Head coach, C. Ownership, B. Now, there's a couple B's in there. There's a couple C's in there. But if you got F's, you failing.
I mean, they don't pass high
school. That's a failing organization.
Like, if this was a high school report card throughout the years, they're not passing. Have fun, fifth-year senior, buddy.
If I had grades like that, I'd be grounded for 2 years.
That's what I mean. Like, imagine getting this many F's. And my thing with Jayden Daniels is that, okay, he seems like a very family-oriented guy, a very locker room guy, getting F's and all this. And it seems that if he comes into this Washington team, he's going to have to rebuild the whole team. And there's going to be so much pressure on him, more than I think would be with Caleb Williams in Chicago. I think there would be so much pressure on him to perfect the Washington Commanders and be this guy that almost like who Derek Carr was a few years ago when the Raiders had all their problems. And I think the Washington Commanders have a lot more problems just with all their allegations and their cases and the emails and all this. Like that, it seems like Jayden Daniels is going to have to come in and fix it, which is, I think that's too much pressure, and it's not going to happen.
Hey, that's an interesting point you bring up, though, about, like, having to come in all that pressure, because that's kind of similar to what happened when he transferred to LSU. I mean, there was a lot of pressure on him, like,
True.
Hey, the team was just stinking it up for the last 2 years. Can you come in and do something? Now, granted, LSU's program wasn't in the state that the Washington program isn't exactly in. But LSU had its problems, too. I mean, there was a new coach coming in. There were recruiting allegations and stuff. There was still investigations going on for this LSU football team. And the locker room was in jumbles. And he did come in, and
you're right.
He put himself, he asserted that locker room. He changed the program for the better.
You make a point, because I think there was also like a few things about Coach O, like a bunch of rumors about him. And then just the whole academic issue. I know there was a few football players who weren't able to play because of academic issues. So you make a point there.
He's used to coming into an organization that has some problems in.
But you're playing against, if he goes to the Commanders.
Pros now. It's pros.
But that, and you're competing against the New York Giants. Sorry, David. The Dallas Cowboys, the Philadelphia Eagles. All teams who were decently good, and you, as the Commanders, well, okay, maybe not the Giants, no offense, but, you know, teams that are getting there. The Eagles, a big threat. Well, I'm sorry, let's be real.
Eagles that we beat?
Let's be real.
That we beat?
In the
Giants who?
Super Bowl. Okay.
Giants the best.
Whatever. Anyway, I'm just saying that you have these teams that you eventually have to grow to, and they haven't for years. I mean, it's just been struggle after struggle for this team. And I think with the new ownership, that could change. But at some point, somebody has to give these Washington Commander fans something. Because they can't even go to a game without a fence breaking and Jalen Hurts coming to pick them up. Like,
I'll tell you what, he's not going to get nothing on the Giants. So, Jayden Daniels, if you do become a Commanders, it's war.
Well, David, how about this? They said that there's rumors his meeting didn't go that good.
Okay,
Does that mean maybe he falls outside the top 3? Maybe he's a top 4 pick? Not a top 3 pick. What do we think about that?
Jayden Daniels, Gary be a New York Giant now. If him in the New York Giants uniform, that blue and red, he's winning a championship.
You don't want J.J. McCarthy?
No. God, no.
No?
I don't even want to think of him. Just give me Jayden Daniels or give me Malik Neighbors. Or let's get both. Let's give everything up. Let's give like the next 10 years of first round picks up because it's going to work. Trust me. We're going to win back to back to back.
If you had Saquon Barkley, I would say
don't bring
sure.
up please don't bring up
But
Barkley.
who do you have like
He who shall not be named. We don't talk about him anymore.
Did you hear what his daughter said when he got traded?
No, I don't want to hear what his daughter said.
She said,
I don't think I know it.
Are we going to win now, Dad? Now that you're with the Eagles?
And imagine how heartbreaking it's going to be for her when they're losing. And when they're specifically losing against the Giants because we're going to beat them out this season.
With
We're going to
Jayden
win
Daniels?
the division. Yeah, and then we're going to go to NFC Championship. We're going to win there. And then we're going to go to
You're ready to
the
give
Super
up?
Bowl.
You're ready to give up on the other Daniel?
Jones?
Yeah.
Danny Dimes? No. Look, if we got Danny Dimes, I'm telling you what's going to happen if we get Daniels or not. Because we got a Daniels back there. Danny Dimes, he'll be good. Jayden Daniels, he'll be great. We're going to the Super Bowl regardless. This is our year.
You don't think that Daniel Jones and J.J. McCarthy have similarities?
What?
I mean, one has a national championship, the other doesn't, but other than that.
Dude.
All right.
Danny
Your
Dimes
loyalty runs deep, and I give you a lot of
Danny
credit.
Dimes is a
David.
top 5 quarterback in this league.
All right.
He's not 5, 4,
Okay.
3, or 2.
Oh.
So I'll let you know where he's at.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes apparently just retired an hour ago. So according to David,
Patrick who?
yeah, exactly. Well, moving on to a team who I know that you are very fond of, besides the New York Giants, is LSU football.
Tigers.
And they will have their spring game at 1 p.m. this Saturday. And David, what is the biggest question surrounding this team that we might get answers to come Saturday?
For me, it's how the defense is looking. I mean, the offense is going to get what they got. We got Gary Nussmeier over there, Kyron Lacey, Chris Hilton. I expect things out of them, of course, but I'm really looking at that defense. I think all the LSU fans are looking to see just any improvement on that defensive side, any aggression, some of that moxie. I know a little bit ago we were watching some old highlights of old LSU in the newsroom, man. Just the way that defense felt was different. Like, that was Death Valley for real. That's what gravitated me to LSU, the defense. I read a book. When I heard about Death Valley, when I put on highlights and I was watching Tyrann Mathieu, you watching Patrick Peterson, you watch some of the greats that came out of LSU, bro. You're like, man, what happened to that aggression? And I like that BK is trying to find that. We got a whole new defensive coaching staff, and they're not here to play. Harold Perkins is accepting his role on that team. We got some big boys coming back. We got some great DBs that are going to show how great they are. I'm really excited to see Harold Perkins, Major Burns, Sage Ryan. I'm excited to see Savion Jones. I'm excited to see everybody get at it. Womack.
Yeah.
He got to be on everyone's radar.
Mm-hmm.
Huge kid.
That's it. You mentioned him, but Harold Perkins is who I think there's going to be a lot of questions that
Yeah.
need to be answered during this spring game. And to me, that's Harold Perkins wants to move to that inside linebacker role instead of that outside linebacker
Wants to play
on the
that Mike.
edge, getting to the quarterback, something he did so well his freshman year. But my biggest thing with changing this role, I know he wants to get ready to play in the NFL, and Brian Kelly is ready to make that change and everything like that, but he's a leader now.
Yep.
And if this gets to a point where it's not working, not to say it didn't, there's a lot of things that we don't know that's been happening, but if this isn't working, do you make that switch back as a leader role you want to do better for this team, and I want to make the switch?
Nope.
We could watch a spring game, he might be great.
You got it. Look, Harold, if Harold is saying that he wants to play that Mike, he wants to stick to inside linebacker, that's what he has to do. Because at the end of the day, his goal isn't to just be a good college football player. Like, you want to go play pro, you want to go to the league, and the spot that they're going to draft him in is that inside linebacker position. So he either learns it now in college, or he risks having to learn it in the NFL and just not being able to keep up to speed with the pros.
Right, but also typically he's a little small for that position.
Perfect for that inside linebacker position. He's like 6'1", 220.
But also, if this affects this team's season, it's not just Harold Perkins. And Harold Perkins, either way, is going to the NFL. Almost 100% likely.
Yeah.
But whose job gets affected if this team isn't good, and part of that reason is because Harold Perkins isn't at the outside linebacker position?
Well, I don't know, but at the same time, I don't see that happening because it's 10 other dudes on that defense.
I hope not.
We can't put too much of of anything on Perkins.
I think you have to.
If he has an egregious
he's
play,
a leader.
Yeah, but there's 10 dudes on that
But
defense.
he's not
the only
a freshman
one that plays
anymore.
defense.
I agree, but I'm just saying he's not a freshman anymore. This is not okay. We're gonna see where he fits best and how this works. He's not a sophomore anymore. I would say this might be his last year.
He has a full off season to adapt to the inside linebacker.
But they did that last year too. It didn't work.
Another year of experience under his belt. I'm pretty sure he can get it down at this point.
I hope so, but I think
getting into a new position is always going to be rough at the start. I mean, if just to compare it to even women's basketball, we've seen that with Haley Van Lith. She never really got into the groove we thought we were going to get into. We were going to see from her this year because she was in a new position. Now, do we think that'll be the same wherever she goes next? Probably not. She'll probably find her rhythm. Mm-hmm. And that's the same thing with Perkins. I mean, he still had a good season. It might not have been to the standard everybody was willing to hold him to, but I think that it'll be a great bounce back season for him, if any bounce back. I don't think he really fell off or anything. It might have been slow, but he's getting in position then. He still made great plays. He can still see the ball and get it, but this is a point in his career where he needs to start learning football. Like, you can't just chase the ball wherever it goes now. You need to know where to go, where to drop. If this guard pulls, what am I doing? If he comes down, what's happening? If he crashes, like, he has to start understanding how to play for real now.
I was wary of this decision at first, and I still am a little bit. I want to see it on the field. But one thing BK did say is that when he was coming off the edge, teams would just go the other way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So an inside linebacker, I think sacks are one of the most deceptive stats out there because they don't really tell that much of a picture, right? So if Harold Perkins doesn't have the same production with sacks or tackles for a loss, I mean, people are going to say, oh, well, he shouldn't have moved to inside linebacker. But if you're actually watching the impact that he has on every single play, maybe he's not finishing the tackle and getting the stat for it. Mm-hmm. But I think the idea is that he is going to be involved in every single play. He's not just on one side of the ball anymore.
And that inside linebacker spot would be perfect for that. And plus, I'm like, we don't know anything yet, but I'm excited to see in the spring game if we see any special blitzes or anything, especially at that mic. It's so easy to just let him go, just let him attack. Right. We're going to see a lot of pressure this season, I feel like, from Perkins. And we got Greg Penn coming back. That's another reliable linebacker in there. So,
well, we will see who cooks on the football field this Saturday for this spring game. But with that, let's get to more cooking. Our next segment is What's Cooking? And that is in honor of food places such as Sonic and Clutch City Cluckers, me, joining the Purple Room.
What's cooking?
All right, David, let's get started. So, the limited fast food menus for, like, they have limited edition type of things. Very popular, sometimes a little conceiving, a little different. What would be your craziest limited edition fast food?
I never really had any, like, limited edition or secret items. I guess the one that I found the funniest was the Grimace Shake from McDonald's, because Grimace is like a mascot in the McDonald's universe. Like, they got their whole cinematic universe. And
I didn't know that.
It was his birthday, so the Grimace Shake is like a tribute to Grimace's birthday, but instead of, like, people, like, drinking it, like, ooh, this is so good. Like, they made a whole TikTok trend where people would drink it, and then they would come back and, like, they'd be foaming at the mouth, or they'd be like, help, help. And it turned into, like, this whole creepypasta thing, and it was so funny. And then McDonald's was like, oh, Grimace is so sad because people are dying with his shakes. And I was like, it was just fun. It was nice to watch.
I didn't realize they had a cinematic universe. Maybe I'm really behind.
They got mascots in McDonald's. I didn't know how much mascots they had. I thought it was just Ronald.
That's what I thought, too. I thought it was just Ronald, but I guess not. Well, with that, I don't know if you remember, but the Popeye's chicken sandwich was very popular.
Oh, I remember. I could taste it right now.
You had it, right? The first day it came out?
First day, I was online. That bite was like, oh, my God. I kept chasing it. Like, I kept coming back, seeing if I could get that same
and you couldn't.
bite. I still haven't been able to, but.
Well, when all that happened, because it was so good and so many people loved it, they were selling out of their inventory so quickly that they decided to make a BYOB, bring your own bun, which is just completely wild to me that Popeyes was like, we can't really afford this bun. It's just not coming in time. But if you bring your own bread, we'll give you the 3 chicken tendies, and you could just slap it on your own bread.
Good thing you made sure to let everyone know that BYOB stands for Bring Your Own Buns.
Buns. What else would it stand for? Exactly.
Bring your own beers.
Oh.
Bring your own bottles.
Wouldn't know. That's why I
What
guess.
if somebody just walked into Popeyes and they had like just a 16 case with them? Like, hey, can I get the sandwich? It's BYOB. They're like, what you got these for?
It's actually bring your own bun. But I don't think they do it anymore. I think they restocked.
You can still try. Go to the one on campus. Just bring your own hamburger bun. See if they'll do it.
They have the biscuits now. Those are good. But you're right. Maybe I can just bring my own bread. Have you ever had a Popeyes biscuit?
Oh, yeah. I love Popeyes biscuits. People say it makes it melt dry. It doesn't do that for me. I can eat like 10 biscuits and I'll be good.
I actually think it has so much butter in it that I feel like I can't eat butter for the next week.
Those are the best biscuits ever.
I actually like them, but I also do feel a little sick after. Like, this is so much
you gotta drink some water after.
Yeah,
Go
but
for
I
a
don't
little
think we're
run.
that dry. I don't know, but I also am a very plain person, so I don't think I don't put anything on my food. I don't like sauce. I'm so weird. No,
You don't put no sauce on your food?
Cane sauce? No.
Dude, cane sauce?
No.
You can put any sauce, like hot sauce, any ketchup.
I will say, when we tried Clutch City Cluckers.
You like the clutch sauce?
I actually did like their sauce.
So you like cane sauce? That was a glorified cane sauce.
It was
bro.
different. It was different. It was
Oh my
slightly
God. The
different.
placebo is
Then
real.
again, I would not have eaten it. I would not have gotten it if I just got food. But when I tried it, I said, okay, I could stomach this if someone forced me. I just don't. I like pasta sauce, but other than that, I'm just not a sauce person. Anyway,
I get it.
moving on. Let's go to our last segment of the day.
No sweat bets.
Oh, yeah.
No sweat bets, just like we always do. No sweat bets, presented by Southern Air. David, what do you have for this weekend?
No one believes in me anymore. They don't even believe in the vision. I went 0-2 last week. I failed you guys again, but don't worry. We're going to go 2 for 2 this week. First bet I got LSU Baseball in Knoxville, Tennessee right now. Weekend series about to start tonight at 6:30, actually. And I got LSU losing to Tennessee. See what I did there? LSU's losing to Tennessee.
All 3 games?
Yeah, all 3 games were losing. Losing. We will not win.
They're definitely going to lose Friday.
What are you talking about?
They're definitely going to look. Okay, look at this. This is according to DraftKings. Tennessee, as of last night, was minus 166.
Yeah.
LSU was plus 130.
So what?
Yeah, I go to LSU. Yes, I like LSU baseball, but I'm also a realist, okay? Gage Jump is pitching today, not Luke Holman. I think on Saturday, I think they're going to win. Friday, no.
So, you're a realist, right?
Yep,
You don't think it's realistic to believe in an underdog?
I do. I just don't think it's
So why are you
realistic
not
to believe in
believing
this
in the underdog?
Because I'm a realist.
You go to LSU. You're a Tiger, right? You love this baseball team.
But they've been 10-run ruled 3 times this season. I mean, they were national champions last year.
What does that mean? We're back. We just
You know what? We beat McNeese.
we just blitzed through
we beat
McNeese.
McNeese.
We're so back.
A midweek game. We should win every midweek game.
It's a
we
focus.
lost to Southern 2 weeks
It's
ago.
a focus thing. It's a confidence thing. We have to go out there midweek, get our confidence back.
No.
You don't believe in it?
No.
Listen, I'm a ride or die for LSU, everything. There'll still be somebody in the comments, though, that's going to be like, what is this guy talking about? You hate LSU. But
No.
I'm telling
you're
you,
loyal.
we're going to lose to Tennessee.
No. Those Tennessee fans are way too brutal.
They are?
hardcore.
They're not worse than
hardcore.
LSU fans.
They're horrible. They're horrible. They don't care about the refs. They don't care about the players. You saw what they did? Didn't they? Weren't they the team that threw stuff at Saban a few years ago for football? And then they got into a fight. I think something about the refs.
They did it
for
before
baseball
us?
3
Damn,
years ago.
We should do some stuff.
No, because we're better fans. Because we have class. We are classy. I'm sorry.
The popcorn was just...
No,
Yo,
'cause
DK
we're
might have
not
found his
rude.
next quarterback if you gave
Well, we're not rude like that.
No, of course not. Of course
Like,
not. We'll never
we
do
might say some things that are a little bit of profanity, but we don't throw things at people because we're respectful.
Do you know
we draw
the
line.
LSU student section starts doing every time someone gets injured on the other team? It's horrible.
Okay,
That's
yes.
what I'm like, why are you guys
Look,
doing that?
And look, at the basketball games, they wave the keys around and they left, right, sit. I get all that. But I still don't think, I have faith in LSU enough that we would not throw things at coaches or players.
But you're still rooting for Tennessee, though.
No,
Oh
I'm not
my
rooting
God.
for them. I just think they're going to win
Where's
today.
his loyalty
I think
at? Where's
LSU
your
Baseball
loyalty
wins
at?
Saturday. But okay, my last bet is the Masters are going on this weekend. I got Scotty Scheffler. Last time I checked, he was in second. Adam mentioned his wife is pregnant, but she's not due till next month or later this month, I believe, in April. But he said that if she goes into labor, he's leaving.
Yeah.
But that's why the baby knows that, their dad is in second place right now. And he has the opportunity to win his second Masters tournament in 3 years. And as much as I want Jordan Spieth to win, because he got me into the game, Tiger Woods is ahead of him by a lot. And I think that just says enough. No offense. He was the GOAT and everything, but Tiger has gotten hurt over and over again. Whatever.
Hey, here's the difference. I'm a ride or die for my people. Listen, if you got me into the sport, I'd ride or die for you.
But
you could be his last supporter.
No.
And you're just switching up.
No.
You had
I'm
one
still
scene in Lion
supporting
King when the evil lion is holding on to the dad.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Who's
Simba's dad? Mustafa.
Yeah.
Scar's holding on to Mustafa. He just drops him. That's you.
No, that is not. My thing with Jordan Spieth is that I watched him grow as a player. I watched him win
just
a Masters.
To abandon him
and
when
then
he needs
the
your
year
support the most?
after, he had it in the bag, David, and this man just choked. And ever since then, it's like it's gotten to his head.
How would I be able
to
do that to
you
my
need to
Tigers?
just shake him and just be like, you got this. But he doesn't understand it yet. But next year, he's on the come up.
Yeah,
but Scotty
sure.
Scheffler, let me explain, because Scotty Scheffler's from New Jersey.
Oh.
So, or at least he was born in New Jersey. I'm not sure.
So he's not even from there. He's just
he was born there. That still counts. So you're already, you're in, all right? But I truly do think he's going to come away with this win because I'm loyal to people from the same state as me. We have a relationship, even though he doesn't know who I am. I know who he is, okay? And I think he's going to win out.
Listen, all that switching up, I can't do that on my Tigers. Even if we lose, I'm going to keep coming every week saying we're going to win.
That's fine. But
you got to start getting that attitude, too.
It's called no sweat bets for a reason.
I'm not sweating. I'm not sweating.
I am.
That was easy to make
you're
that bet. That was easy to make that bet.
Y'all going back and forth about your loyalty, but our boy Sam Burns went to LSU and he's in the Masters.
Hey.
Shout out Sam. Sam, you're going to win it all.
Guess what?
You're with the Tigers, you're going to win it all, Sam.
Guess what? Jordan Spieth is still below Sam Burns. So Sam Burns is actually fighting for his life right now, too. I don't even know if either of them are going to make it to the weekend. But you know who is? Scotty Scheffler. Again, I'm just a realist, man. I'm just being real right now.
You and your realism. I got one more on LSU. The true realism right here. Sage Bryant, go get that interception for me, man. Get that interception. Make me 2 for 2 this week. I believe in you. It's going to be a great showing from him. He's been showing now. He's more comfortable now. He's back in his true safety position. I'm excited to see the spring game, and I'm excited to see LSU lose this weekend.
Look, talk about loyalty. Maybe Sage Ryan could win some loyalty back from the fans, which would be needed. If
he never lost it from me, man.
David's so real that he's loyal to everybody.
Tigers all the way.
All right. I give you credit for that, David. Well, that's all we have for you today. I'm Patricia Caputo. He's David Bartholomew. Thank you so much for hanging with us today on The Purple Room.
Goodbye, brother.